On Wednesday, the 31st of August, 1988, an IRA booby-trap bomb exploded at this block of flats at Kildrum Gardens in Derry, Londonderry. Eugene Dalton and Sheila Lewis died instantly. Another man, Jared Curran, was seriously injured and died 7 months later. The bomb exploded as they entered the flat to check on a neighbor who they had not seen for a week and who had been abducted by the IRA. Members of Mr. Dalton's family have since lodged a complaint with the Police Ombudsman's office, alleging that police knew a bomb had been left in the flats but failed to warn local residents. In doing so, the family said police had failed to uphold Eugene's right to life. The family alleged that these failures happened because police were protecting an informant and said they believed that police had failed to properly investigate what happened. During the Police Ombudsman's investigation of the complaint, more than 40 people were interviewed and almost 400 documents analysed. The Police Ombudsman, Dr. Michael Maguire, concluded that police had information to suggest there was a booby-trap bomb in the Creggan Estate but had done nothing to warn those living there. He said police in the city had been operating under enormous pressures at that time, but found that in this instance they had failed in their duty to protect the public. The report reveals that police had received 3 significant pieces of information about the bomb. On the 5th of August 1988, 3 weeks before the explosion, police received reliable information that the IRA intended to place a booby-trap bomb in the city and to stage an incident to lure police into an explosion. 5 days before the explosion, they were told that a car had been abandoned convenient to a house which had been booby-trapped and that, if necessary, the terrorists planned to stage another incident to lure police to the property. The scorch marks on the ground in this picture show where the car was burnt out, in relation to the scene of the bomb at 38 Kildrum Gardens. 3 days before the explosion, police were aware that a document with the address 38 Kildrum Gardens was dropped during a robbery at a local chip shop. Evidence shows they treated this as an attempt by the IRA to lure officers into a trap at the address. As a result, shortly before 5 p.m. on the 26th of August 1988, police declared the area, outlined in red in this diagram, which includes 38 Kildrum Gardens, out of bounds to officers.
Well, the key message from the report is that those who were responsible for the murders in Kildrum Gardens were those who planted the bomb. We were very clear on that, and indeed the family were very clear on that in their response to the report. It has to be said that the context of policing in Derry at that time was very difficult. It was a very dangerous place for police officers, and they were rightly to be concerned about being called to incidents across the city. However, what we found on this occasion was that there was sufficient information for the police that they should have been aware that there was a bomb either in Kildrum Gardens or in the vicinity of Kildrum Gardens, and we found no evidence they had contacted the local community in order to warn them of the dangers of a bomb in a residential area.
Dr. Maguire upheld the Dalton family's complaint that police had failed to properly investigate the bombing. While acknowledging that police would have been operating under enormous and competing pressures, he said that by the standards of the day, the investigation had been inadequate. Despite an initial flurry of activity, within a short period the investigation was scaled down and lost focus. However, he concluded on the balance of probabilities that the lack of investigative activity had not been motivated by a desire to protect an informer.